Yeah, we are. In fact, September 22nd is World Rhino Day. That's today. And visitors are so fortunate to get to see rhinos at the reserve where Kutle is right now. Every single one super, super precious. And in fact, as we said, Kutle is at the Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve, where she's chatting with Arrie van Deventer of the Rhino Orphanage in Limpopo, who works incredibly hard to save rhinos orphaned by poaching.
And we are back at the Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve out near Krugersdorp in the Cradle of Humankind. Listen, I'm twisting my words now because the wind, Arrie, it's quite cold, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's quite nippy this morning.
It is nippy, definitely.
No, but this morning is a special day, not only because Heritage Day is in the next 2 days, but the 22nd of September is World Rhino Day. Now, this morning I'm joined by someone very special, does incredible work. I'm talking about Arrie van Deventer from the Rhino Orphanage out in Limpopo. Arrie, thank you so much for driving all the way from Limpopo, first of all, this morning to join us.
Pleasure. Thank you for the invite. It's great to be here.
It's exciting. Now, please tell us how the Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve helps the Rhino Orphanage out in Limpopo.
You know what? For me, it's always very special to be at Rhino Lion. The reason, because the people here at Rhino Lion are as passionate about wildlife and saving wildlife in Africa as what we are. We've got one of their babies. She's been there now almost 2 years. Unfortunately, her mother was killed on Old Year's Day of 2018, little Eve, but she's with us. And Rhino Lion has also supported us financially. We love them, they love us, and we work together. It's unbelievable.
It's a great collaboration because we do need to place importance in the preservation and conservation of our rhinos, especially because of, you know, the poaching that happens out there. Now, please explain to us what kind of work that you do at the Rhino Orphanage.
What we do at the Rhino Orphanage is we rescue, rehabilitate, and then eventually release baby rhinos whose mothers were killed in this poaching pandemic that we are in Africa. And we love them, we treat them. You see, if you look at the slogan under the Rhino Orphanage, it says Nkloyale Ratu, which means the house of love, because we at the Rhino Orphanage believe that unconditional love heals all wounds.
Now, you said that you've been running for 8 years. I think this is a very interesting story. If you can briefly explain to us how it started.
It started by accident.
Wow.
There was a poaching in one of the neighboring farms. We got a call to go and help. We got there were 2 rhino cows shot. A little baby of 3 months was shot as well. But there was a 7-month-old baby that was running around, and the owner came to me and said, listen, where can I take this baby? And I said, there must be dozens of places in South Africa that look after these babies. And I said, but I'll get back to you. So I went home, went into the office, started phoning, and there was no one.
Wow.
And I eventually got through to a certain organization, and they said to me, for the past 18 months, they've been trying to establish a rhino orphanage, but they don't know where and how. And me with my big mouth on the phone said to them, don't worry, I'll build the first one in the world. And we established 8 years ago the first dedicated rhino orphanage in the world.
That is incredible. The Rhino Orphanage is the first of its kind in the entire world, and we have the pleasure of talking to the founder of it. Now, raising them, I'm pretty sure, is quite an experience. Do they develop personality the older they get?
You know what, if you look at a rhino, you always think it's this prehistoric monster, but it's not. They are super intelligent. They all have different personalities. They are lovely, lovely creatures. It's an iconic species.
I can imagine. Now, can you please explain to us and the world the importance of World Rhino Day?
You know what, World Rhino Day is especially, it's really important because it makes people aware of the plight of the rhino. I mean, the president has just announced that our ports are open. Overseas visitors can come, in his words, to our wildlife parks. And we can never invite people from overseas to have a look at the big four. That's not going to happen. So not on our watch, we can never allow that.
I love that so much. Now, finally, Arrie, you've been operating for 8 years. I know that it runs on public funding, on fundraising and sponsorships as well. So people who want to get involved with the Rhino Orphanage in Limpopo, how can they get a hold of you?
Obviously, they can go to the rhinoorphanage.co.za, our website, or they can go on our Facebook page, and there, through that, they can donate, they can adopt baby rhinos, and they can help. Because we run on public funds, on donations and fundraising drives that we do every day. Basically, and but there's good people out there, and there's very good people in South Africa, and I know South Africans love their wildlife.
Yes.
Like we all do.
Yes.
And those babies are so special. They are so special.
I can imagine.
We cannot lose a species, not on our watch.
Not on our watch. Thank you so much, Arrie, for joining us this morning and shedding light on this very important issue. It's World Rhino Day. Do your research. Try to go out there and help. The details are currently below as to how you can donate or contact Arrie on the social media platforms. Now, our wildlife here in South Africa is a very precious part of our heritage, and it's up to us to take care of it, conserve it for future generations.